what I want to speak about is this. If you had a 100% Muslim culture, 100% Islamic culture, where everybody, every single member of that society was Muslim and was fully practicing Islam, then a child that's going to be brought up in that community would have no choice but to be Muslim. Because children learn through taqleed. Children learn through following, imitating, emulating, copying. That's how children learn. That's their biggest source of information and behavior and development. So imagine, all he sees around him is people eating halal, people going to the masjid, people speaking Allah's name, taking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name. That's what they're going to be. That's what they're going to be. Does such a culture exist anywhere in the world? Do you guys have any ideas? Does it exist anywhere in the world? Ibrahim Khan Sahab, Mona Sahab, Pakistan mein kuch aisa hai kahin? You'd hope to, but I don't think so. Anywhere? Does it exist anywhere? Yeah. 100% is a bit much, isn't it? Yeah. So you don't get that. That's the thing. We're dealing with a reality. Now, what's happened is that people have moved from India and Pakistan and Bangladesh and Egypt and Morocco and Somalia and all the other countries, and they've come to places like Canada and England and many multiple countries. So those who are brought up in Faisalabad or Karachi or Dabel or Tarkeswar or wherever it is, there was a very specific monoculture. Those people came to this country, and now they've got their children growing up in this country, and they want them to remain Gujarati or Pakistani or Punjabi or however deep you want to take it. So the point is, they're not going to stay like that. Doesn't matter how much you try, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. If you wanted them to stay that way, you should have stayed where you are, because it's not just you that teach your children. Children learn from 3 primary sources. The home environment is the first one. Number 2 is the school that they go to. And number 3 is the culture and society outside. That means their neighbors. They learn from everything. They learn from the shops, the stores you take them to, what's going on down there, the products, what they want. So they're not going to want to wear Punjabi stuff all the time, do they? Punjabi kapre. They're going to want to wear Canadian, American, I don't know. They're going to learn from the billboards they see, the advertisements they see. They learn from everything. So that's 3 primary. The home environment must be the strongest environment, so that it can neutralize and it can filter the outside environment. And it should be the culture of the home needs to be such that they can bring all of this home and filter it out. And the parents need to be so aware of what's going on, so they can allow them to take the best and leave the wrong. But now we also have a 4th culture, which is very, very powerful indeed, which they did not have 100 years ago, for example, which is really competitive, which is the social media culture. And before, you would never let strangers into your house or people you don't approve of, and now you can't help it. You'd have to be really, really careful to make sure that you either don't give the children any gadgets or whatever, but then that backfires. Sometimes they'll get one without you knowing. So it's a very difficult one. So that's the 4th culture where they're learning from. So anyway, that's not the point of my discussion. The point of my discussion is that I'm going to make a declaration here that I don't know if you've ever thought about this way or not, is that one of the most powerful influences in anybody's life is culture. One of the most powerful forces, the most powerful force in your life is culture. You can tell me all day long, I don't believe in culture, I don't have a culture. You've just got a different culture. There's people who come and they say, they're from an Indian background, I don't want to marry an Indian. Muslim background, I don't want to marry a Muslim, I want to marry a convert. I said, why? Because they don't come with baggage. Or rather, the born Muslims, they come with baggage. I said, everybody comes with baggage, it's just a different baggage. You think converts, Allah bless them, you think they don't come, every human comes with baggage. I hope you understand what baggage means. Imagine trying to translate that into Urdu. वो कुछ थैलियाँ लेके आते हैं. Can you imagine it? I don't think they have that concept, baggage. Do they have that in Urdu? I don't think so. I don't think they have it in Gujarati either. It's probably some other idiom that they use. Everybody comes with baggage. Everybody has a culture. And the culture is the most powerful force in your life, whether you like it or not. The only people that can get away from culture are radical people. And most people are not radical, they're followers and they're sheep. They find it very difficult to go against culture. They find it very difficult to go against the grain. Very difficult. It's only the radical people that are willing to take a step and go another way, whether that is the worst way or the better way. Now think about that. How many of you consider yourself to be radical, that I will do the right thing regardless of what anybody says? How many of you are radical like that? One. Only one person. Maybe two, three. Are you serious? Okay. About 3 or 4 people. Most people just follow. They find it very difficult. They find it very, very, very difficult. So now remember this. Put this in your mind that culture is the most powerful force. Why do I tell you this? Why do I want you to ingrain this in your head so that you can do something about it? Because this is the problem that we're facing in the West of identity crisis. The parents want something, the children something else, and if the parents don't understand, and even if our second generation, I'm a second generation, and the third generation don't understand, they don't know which way they're going because they see conflict. They come to the masjid, they see a certain culture. From the mimbar, from people sitting here, they hear a culture being propounded. In the school, they've been taught a different culture. With their friends, there's another culture. In the West, there's no pure one culture. I mean, just look at me. There's nothing Gujarati about me. Like literally, right? This shawl is the closest, it's Kashmiri, right? So it's Indian, alhamdulillah, you know? This jubba is like Middle Eastern. My turban is Turkish. My jubba is Saudi. My socks are British. No, they're American actually, right? My pen is American. And, I mean, what else? The glasses, I don't know, they might be, where I got these might be Pakistani actually, I might have got them in Pakistan. There's nothing, do you understand what it is? We are totally different. The food in your homes, yes, primarily it's one culture, but you've incorporated into there multiple things. The pizza and the pasta and, I don't know, if you do enchiladas and, you know, whatever else you do. In fact, Gujaratis are cooking nihari. Nihari doesn't exist in Gujarat as far as I know, right? It's just totally a mixture.